Hi guys, and welcome to the Ace Tanker for the SU-26. Now, this Ace Tanker was an absolute bugger to get. I mean, this was a pain in the ass. I must have played 20 plus games in this tank trying to get the Ace Tanker. More than 2 or 3 of them on a particular stream. I was really struggling with this tank. I just have major issues with this RT. First of all, it gets incredibly bad matchmaking. I very rarely got into any match that wasn't a tier 5. In addition to that, the ammo on this tank is absolutely terrible. It comes with AP, which gives you 80 millimeters of penetration and 110 damage, which is not a lot of damage and it's not a lot of penetration, and it's AP, and that's the main ammo used in this gun. If you put the final gun on this tank, this is what it mainly loads you up with, AP, which will only do damage on a direct hit and only if you actually penetrate the target. And considering you're constantly getting into tier 5 games, there are tier 5s, lots of tier 4s that you will not be able to pen even with 80 millimeters of penetration, assuming that you're able to hit them. Remember, this is arty. So I went for a 50-50 load, and the penetration on the HE ammo is only 42, so again, incredibly poor penetration, and 164 damage is not very high. And again, if you're shooting at any target with armor whatsoever, you'll end up doing either 0 damage even with HE, or 10, 12 damage. It is extremely frustrating. I did buy, when I first rebought this tank to get the Ace Tanker, I did buy 8 premium shells, which are heat, and they do have less penetration than the normal AP ammo, and they do the same damage. So again, the premium ammo is absolutely crap on this tank, and only works if you manage to get a direct hit, and only works if you actually manage to penetrate. So this was a complete waste of credits to put premium ammo on the tank at all, but I'm a creature of habit. So just before this game, I had finished my stream. I had a frustrating day trying to have good games in the SU-26, and this tank just would not work. I could hit enemy tanks, I could do damage, I could even kill a few, but I couldn't get anything beyond a second class mastery badge. And in 20 plus games, plus probably about 10 or 11 games originally when I was playing this tank before I leveled out of it, in all that time I'd never done better than a second class mastery. So I had absolutely no hope. This was kind of a desperation game. I'd finished the stream, went to grab something to eat, came back and was going to shut the game, and I said, what the heck, I'll play one more. Let's give it one more go. We ended up in a tier 5 game. It's a 42%er, and this game turned into a heck of a lot of fun. Here we go. So as much as I hate this tank, this is probably the most fun I've had in an RT in a long time. Now, one of the jokes I made on stream after getting yet another second class mastery badge was I am never ever going to get an Ace Tanker in this tank unless I miraculously try or manage to ammo rack a couple of tanks, or maybe set a couple of tanks on fire. Well, yes, that's what happens in this game. So there you go. In order to get a mastery badge in the SU-26, you're going to have to do a lot of secondary damage through fire and through ammo racks. So there we go. Direct hit, front of an SU-85 with the AP ammo, and absolutely 0 damage. And that's how frustrating this tank is, considering it's supposed to fire AP as its main ammo. So there we go. Even though we missed a direct hit, we could do a whole 24 damage for our first kill. So again, firing AP, because I seem to have more success actually firing AP, but again, no damage, and we just hit his tracks. Second shot goes wide because it's arty, and that's what arty does. And I'm debating whether or not to fire another one. I'm kind of waiting for my tanks to respot him. So I switched my target to the KV-1, Side of a KV-1, and direct hit, no damage. I don't have shots on the DW2 anymore. That's a problem with RT. It is a red line. Direct hit on a KV-1, no damage, and again, no hits or no available shots on the DW2. So completely missed that last shot on the KV-1. Still no shots on the DW2. Searching for one, but no shots. KV-1 is back. And there we go. That's a direct hit on the side of his turret for 0 damage. Absolutely no damage. And this is the frustrating thing about this tank. So I decided to switch my target to the cap circle. We're being capped. There are 3 tanks in the cap. I switched to HE because I'm planning to stop the cap. And there we go. Even HE lands just in front of the T-46 and 0 splash damage. So we fire blind. Again, 0 damage. T-28. And he pulls back just before I fire. So T-46 dies. Lots more tanks in the cap circle. And that shot goes short. M8A1, open top TD, should be a one-hit kill in almost any RT, and this thing does 44 damage with HE. So I am just firing blind, going through my HE. So Valentine, he's on 63 health, and again my shot lands just in front of the Valentine and absolutely no splash damage. So VK put a shot into him and do a whole 41 damage. He moves forward as I fire and I miss, unfortunately. So I'm hoping my friendly tanks will stay alive long enough for me to continue to do damage. So again, shot on the M8A1. And 20 damage. This is an open top TD. I should be killing him in RT. I would expect to be killing him in RT. T-28, one of the most weakly armored tanks, and I do a whole 28 damage to him. Okay, finally, we get a good hit on the M8A1 and we set him on fire. And this is what I was joking about on stream. So, side of a T-28, we only do 13 damage. Oh, I've just been shot. Something just shot me. PZ-1C, so I reverse down the cliff. I'm in a turreted RT. Yes, bloody PZ-1C. I was having a great time shooting at the tanks in cap, and this PZ-1C has just come to ruin all my fun. Okay, he's just spotted the Sexton. He's going to go for the Sexton, but I'm in a turreted RT. So I'm going to shotgun, shotgun, shotgun. There we go. Another kill, and the PZ-1C is dead. Sexton's quite happy about that, says thank you. Well, you're welcome, Mr. Wolfway. So now I need to get back into position. Cap is at 23, someone has reset it, and now let's just go back to work. So again, something's wrong with the replay. I've got a red line when it should be green. But we're just trying to do some more work. Side of an AMX-40, I've got a shot. 0 damage. I'm firing HE and I'm doing 0 damage. This is why I absolutely hate this tank, and this is why I am so happy to have actually gotten the ace tanker. Shot goes incredibly long, and the T-28 dies before I can fire again. And I'm up to 3 kills, 475 damage that I'm aware of. And why shoot and set a tank on fire when you can shoot a second tank and put him on fire? So kill number 4, 770 damage in an SU-26. So just firing blind at the Keeney. It's only a tier 3 tank, so if I can hit him, maybe I can do some damage. But he keeps moving. And that shot goes a little bit long. So that was a fun little game. Probably one of the only fun little games I've actually played in this tank. And not surprisingly, I sold it the moment this game was over, and as I say, complete Murphy's Law, struggling to get an ace tanker on stream all day in this tank, and first game after I stopped streaming, it's an ace tanker. So there we have it. Master Tanker, Defender, and Confederate, and I only had to set 2 tanks on fire. I told you guys that's what I'd need to do to get an ace tanker in this tank. We didn't finish first. We didn't even finish second. Our T1 Heavy finished first with some really good damage, 1108. Our B1 finished second with 687 damage. I did more damage than he did, but he did manage to do 277 spotting damage in the middle. So there we go, 647 XP with 4 kills, 794 damage. So happy. We fired 32 shots, 15 were direct hits, 12 were penetrations, and this is even though it's a crappy performance for the gun and getting less than 40% hits. The fact I got 12 penetrations from 32 shots is an absolute miracle. We damaged 10, destroyed 4, and did a whole 81 damage upon detecting. I have no idea how that happened. And we even managed to do 92 base defense points. We earned 15,000 credits for that particular game after costs and 970 XP on a premium account. So it wasn't a ×2. As I say, it was the first game I played after ending a stream and grabbing something to eat. So sod's law. And there you have it. SU-26 over and done with finally. I never have to play this tank again. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.